They're the greatest stories ever told. Heroes show us we don't need to be perfect to do what's right. It's not about living without fear, but facing injustice. It's not about being powerful, but finding your calling when you least expect it. They show us it's okay to be vulnerable, no matter how tough you are. Because even though they're heroes, they're still human.
Looks like I got here just in time.
Happy Comic-Con week, everybody. Punisher got here just in time. So if you couldn't tell from this promo, this is actually like a Korean promo from Netflix's overseas operation. They're just hyping up both the Defender series and the Punisher series. They're not necessarily confirming that Punisher is going to show up during Defenders, but they're having their Comic-Con panel on Friday. They will drop a new Defenders trailer, so make sure you subscribe to get that and turn alerts on just because people are going to be shit posting all week long. So I'm only going to be posting the most important stuff. There'll be a couple videos a day. But in addition to all this Defenders hype, because Defenders is dropping in the middle of August, so that's literally less than a month away, they also want to start promoting the Punisher series, which is dropping in November. So I'll talk a little bit more about Punisher at the end of this. This is mostly a Defenders video. And I love that they lean on Stan Lee to promote it too. They just have him driving around town in the limo, so you're driving around the boroughs of New York, seeing all these different heroes in their own environment. So just a reminder that actually Jessica Jones and Daredevil are both in Hell's Kitchen, so surprisingly they haven't run into each other yet, but that's going to happen during the Defenders series, because they have one Defender that they have to get out of prison. Matt's a pretty good lawyer. Jessica Jones works with Jaren Hogarth, who basically connects everybody at this point more than Stick or the other characters do. So sassy Jaren Hogarth is going to tell them all in that bitchy voice of hers, go find this guy, get this guy, go grab the other guy, then you can all be together and deal with this crazy Sigourney Weaver threat. Her name is Alexandra. Obviously, we know now she's the true leader of the Hand. I get a lot of questions about why they're undead ninja Hand and why the Hand during Iron Fist seem like they're more out of that original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. They haven't gotten into the mythology of it too deeply yet, but there are different fingers to the Hand, like 5 fingers of the Hand. So they have different factions that have different goals. The way they explain, Madame Gao was trying to peddle her drugs, but Bakudo hated the shit out of her, so tried to take over her operation. So up at the top of the Hand, you have the most powerful people that are always in disagreement about what the other people are doing. But Alexandra is the true leader of the Hand. They haven't explained how old she is, if she's ancient like Stick, or if she's been resurrected multiple times. But the way Sigourney Weaver describes her is that she has a very old world, quote-unquote, sensibility. It just makes it sound like she's used their techniques to survive for a long, long time, and this Defender series is sort of the culmination of the plans that she's been making. We know it's 8 episodes, it takes place over the course of a couple nights, so the time is really compressed, and from what the cast has said and what we've seen from behind the scenes in the promo so far, Daredevil is the only person that wears a legit comic book costume. I know everybody's wondering about Iron Fist. It does seem like they're pushing forward with Iron Fist Season 2, and based on all the feedback, people trashed that series. Whether you liked it, whether you hated it, it sounds like they're going to retool it a little bit before they get to Season 2. So let it be known that there will eventually be an Iron Fist Season 2, because people are like, they're going to cancel that series. No, they are not. There's definitely going to be a Season 2, and he will probably wear the costume by the end of that, because that was one of the biggest complaints. I feel like you watch a show like Iron Fist, you want to see crazy kung fu, you want to see crazy martial arts action, and you want to see him in the costume, because the pitch is already pretty ridiculous, so you're prepared for something like that. Luke Cage is a series where I'm okay with him just walking around in a t-shirt because his comic book costume is pretty sparse. He's already done the most ridiculous thing of wearing that 70s tiara with the gauntlets on. You look like a damn fool. Getting into Punisher stuff though. So Punisher, the series, is dropping in November. That's going to be 13 episodes long. Jigsaw is one of the big characters of it. His crime family that he belongs to is sort of the de facto villains, the antagonists of the series. But Microchip is a big character. We know that Karen Page is going to be a big presence in it, so she's sort of the connection to the Defenders. But the actor that plays the stunt double for Daredevil is credited on a couple episodes of The Punisher, so it's possible that Daredevil could pop up during Punisher. We don't know exactly what the storyline they're going to do is, but they're mostly pulling from Punisher Max Comics, which you can imagine. I mean, it's Netflix. It's the most hardcore version of a TV series you could imagine. Of course, they're going to do Punisher Max. The coolest thing about this is that we see him for the first time wearing his Punisher costume from the comics. He only just put it on at the end of Daredevil Season 2. He was blowing up his old life, like he was saying goodbye to the Frank Castle that was before and embracing the Punisher persona. He grabs the Micro DVD, that's just short for Microchip, so he's probably going to be checking in with him shortly after this happens. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of a time jump too, because so much stuff has happened with the other Netflix series, with Luke Cage in Harlem going back to Seagate Prison, with all the stuff during Iron Fist. You have to assume that the other characters, based on Jaren Hogarth, are moving forward, so Daredevil has been operating as Daredevil this whole time too. If you ever wonder how the Netflix series chart time, just look at how Jaren Hogarth pops up during the different series, and Claire pops up, and they just talk about stuff that's happened before. Remember that time you showed up in your girlfriend's apartment and we had to save you by shoving that thing up your nose and you almost died? It's just a really convenient way to let you know that this isn't all happening at the same time, which has kind of happened with the Marvel movies, where certain movies during Phase 3 are all happening at the same time. So when Defenders picks up, it's supposed to be between 3 and 6 months after Iron Fist Season 1 ends. So just rewatch the end of Iron Fist, then you'll have a pretty good idea where the characters are. But what's happening next year is that they're already shooting Luke Cage Season 2, Jessica Jones Season 2, and then they'll start shooting Daredevil Season 3 later this year. So there will be 3 Netflix series dropping next year: Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil Season 3. So we're almost at that point where we get 3 Marvel movies a year. We're going to start getting 3 Netflix Marvel series per year, which is actually pretty cool. So what's going to happen is later tonight, I'll post some new Rick and Morty. There might be some new trailers dropping. Whatever drops, I'll do a video for it. But just a reminder that the Marvel Defenders Punisher panel is on Friday. That's when those trailers are dropped, so that's when I'll post those videos. And then tomorrow is when Fox is doing their big panel. There will be some of their Marvel movies like Deadpool 2, New Mutants, the stuff that they're doing in the X-Men universe. So whatever ends up happening for that, I'll do a video for it. Just make sure you have alerts turned on for my videos so you don't miss anything. And I'll be doing Marvel giveaways in all the Marvel videos, DC giveaways in the DC videos. You get the idea. There's going to be all kinds of awesome stuff happening. But while you wait for everything, you can click here for brand new Game of Thrones, and you can click here to rewatch that Defenders trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.